What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. Well, you guys saw the title of this video, and I'm not sure what I'm going to title it yet, but you're going to get the gist of it. Whatever I decide to name it, you're going to get the gist of it. So when you click on this and you hear me talking, you already know where this is going. So a couple years ago, especially this year specifically, I've been really delving into why there's so much more cancer now than when I was a kid. When I first came out this a couple years ago, people laughed at me, they made fun of me, they poked, they told me, they had every argument in the fucking book to be why I'm so stupid and that we have better, earlier, diagnosis now, all this different shit, right? I was like, you guys are full of shit. There's more cancer now. There's more people that die of cancer now than did when I was younger. That's all there is to it, right? And I went thing after thing. I find the glyphosate thing, the Roundup from Monsanto's, the Tagamet thing. There's air fresheners, there's deodorants, all these things that have cancer-causing agents, even milk products, all this shit that have cancer-causing agents in them that we consume we don't consume the air fresheners and shit, but just the air fresheners that they get on your skin can cause cancer with, I think it was 14,000 chemicals or something they've used to make these fucking air fresheners and shit, and many of them are carcinogenic, on top of smoking and all these other things, right? Even sunblock, there are different sunblocks and lotions and perfumes, all are cancer-causing. They all have cancer-causing agents, so we're combining things much like the Batman, the original Batman with Michael Keaton in it, when the Joker took over, Gotham, and it was like he was using different cosmetics and hair things or whatever, and it wasn't one cosmetic, it was like combinations that people were using that was fucking them up. That's exactly what's happening with the shit. Combinations of different products and foods and things that we're using are causing more cancer than ever before. And the Tagamet thing, or the Rantadine, recently, which is Tagamet's brand name, was a recent thing that I was like, holy shit, do you know how many people use that product? Do you know how many people in America use that product, use it religiously, and use it for like their whole life? A lot of fucking people. Many other stomach acids they found now also can lead to different types of cancers. Now, those are staples for some people every day that they've been told by doctors, and doctors actually prescribe different Rantadine tablets and stuff like that, that people are ingesting carcinogens constantly, nonstop, without even knowing it, right? So I'm like, okay, that's all that stuff is in the past. We got another thing today. So if you look back at these videos that I talk about the different cancer-causing things, there's so many fucking things that I was right. There are more things now that contain carcinogens that did when I was a kid. Now, how the fuck is that possible? Now, we had the Rantadine stuff, right? A new one today, Glucophage, metformin. Glucophage is the drug name, metformin, the brand name. Now, let me start off by saying in 2014, they used to say how metformin Glucophage was anti-cancer. So they're like, oh my God, anti-cancer, let's start prescribing this shit fucking to everybody. Now, in our country, I'm not sure about other countries, in our countries, we have type 2 diabetes is a fucking bitch in this country. It's fucking huge. So many people are diagnosed every year, and that is a man-made disease by your body's insulin sensitivity getting fucked up by essentially overeating. It's not necessarily just sugar, but it's overeating in general. So your body has to work constantly trying to get the body to digest the food and pump the insulin out to then carry the glucose and stuff around to where your body gets desensitized and it can no longer do it. So it needs some help. You don't need insulin per se because you're not type 1 diabetic. You need a little bit of help. So they give you Glucophage, aka metformin, or Glucophage, which is another one of these things, or glucose transport agents, GTA. And at this point, you're like, how many people are on these pills, right? A lot. Okay, so now let's back it up. So we have the other things like different deodorants and stuff that cause cancer, right? Many different things that we consume cause cancer, but something that many of the American people are consuming in large quantities over the course of 30 years, this metformin shit, this Glucophage shit, right? So as they thought it was anti-cancer, like, well, this shit's great for you. It helps you with the blood sugar and fucking anti-cancer. Well, that was in 2014. Now they're like, oh, by the way, Glucophage causes fucking cancer. You have the 50% more chance of getting cancer if you're taking Glucophage than not, and that's that one pill. Just imagine if you were on Glucophage for your blood sugar, Rantadine for your fucking, your acid reflux, your stomach upset, whatever the hell you want to call it, and you're using these different air fresheners in your house, and you got fucking eating food with glyphosate in it. Imagine what's happening to your body. It's 50% just from the Glucophage. Imagine the glyphosate. That's add another 20% to that or whatever. You add the numbers up, you're like hundreds, if not thousands of percent times more to get cancer probability than if you weren't consuming any of this shit. And I'm like, holy fuck, like the more I dig, the more shit that's popping up. And the thing is, we have the internet now. And the internet, you can spread news fast, whether it's real or fake. So I do my research and you do yours too, just to make sure that you're not getting taken on it. but we can also organize, right? We can organize very easily where we can get this information out very quickly. These are news. This is Channel 3 News. That's KTLA. It's actually reporting on this. This is a drug often prescribed to diabetic patients is being investigated for traces of probable carcinogen. It was recalled abroad. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration said health officials are investigating whether metformin sold in the U.S. contains NDMA, which is the same shit that's in ranitidine, right? Sold in the U.S., contaminated, has been linked to cancer. The FDA said in the news release it's been linked to cancer. Testing will also look into whether or not the NDMA, Jesus Christ, is the drug is above the acceptable daily intake limit of 96 nanograms. Now, the ranitidine was very high. Now, let's say the person was taking the ranitidine, it was very high, and you're taking this on top of it. First of all, why the fuck? It's not supposed to be in there. Now it's like, well, we're going to check to see if it's in there and then see if it's above it. Wait a minute. Why the fuck is it in there in the first place? Why are you putting this shit in these medications? It's a carcinogen. We do not need that. Is that part of this medication? Like, is it what makes it work? Because it's not supposed to be in there, right? Well, we don't know what's in there. Well, if it's not supposed to be in there, why are you okay with it being into a certain milligram-wise or microgram-wise? Why are you okay with it being in there at all? Why doesn't the FDA go, listen, this shit's not supposed to be in there. It's not part of the medication. Get it the fuck out and cut the shit. No, we'll just test it to see what the levels are. Fuck you. You guys want that shit in there. So this is how this shit works, right? And, I don't even need to read the rest. That was just the fucking part of the article. Here's the thing. We are big eaters in America. Bottom line, right? We eat a lot of food. Now, one of the reasons is we're just fucking gluttonous. That's just how Americans are. We want more and more and more all the time. But if you go to other countries, you don't wind up eating as much food. You don't crave the food as much. We have had chemicals put in the food themselves to make you want to consume more food, which makes you fatter and unhealthier. It makes every fucking system in your body get fucked up so that you have to go to the doctors. So you're over there consuming this food that basically triggers almost like an addiction in your head to overeat. And it's not your fault. Like, this is literally happening to you and you don't even fucking know it. You overeat, you get overweight, or you overeat and you don't even overeat. You eat some of the foods that contain these chemicals that fuck up your body systems to begin without even being overweight. Then, fuck, I'm all fucked up. You go to the doctor, right? And the doctor looks at you and says, well, they used to back in the day, let's make some dietary adjustments. Now, fucking right to the pills. They go right to the medication, right? So they go, okay, let's put you on Glucophage because you're type 2 diabetics. My father was type 2 diabetic. And he eventually wound up on insulin later on, and the doctors didn't even tell him how to change his fucking diet. They just put him on glipizide and Glucophage. They didn't fucking tell him, do this, do that, do that. No. They were like, all right, go do whatever you want. Check your blood sugar in the morning. Gave him a fucking blood glucose monitor. Gave him the pills and sent him on his way. And then as he got worse and worse and worse, and he was almost diabetic, they were like, maybe you want to change your diet. Well, at this point, my dad's been fucking eating certain things. He's like, what the fuck does that mean? He's like, all right, I'll try not to eat as bad or eat as much. He didn't know. They didn't tell him shit. So now at this point, he's still eating the certain foods that had the chemicals that were fucking him up and making him consume more foods. He couldn't stop because his brain was fucking wanting more of those foods. He kept consuming, wound up on insulin. Now I look back and I'm like, geez, my dad was on all these medications. He died of multiple forms of cancer. Now, I'm not saying that would cause it, but I'm saying my father was on multiple things that contain carcinogens, right? My mother was on multiple things that cause carcinogens. She's dying of cancer right now, right this fucking second. I'm sitting back, and Aaron and I are very aware of this shit, and we drink no water that contains fluoride. We only drink water. We don't drink sweeteners. We don't drink sodas. We don't drink high sugars, no high fructose corn syrup, nothing like that. We pulled all those fucking plug-in things, those Glade plugins that make the house smell good. Get rid of those motherfuckers. And what we use is basic incense, natural incense that fucking like sage, that does not cause cancer, right? Or we use essential oils that do not cause cancer, things like that. We don't use perfumes. We don't use the fucking deodorants with aluminum shit in them anymore. Now, you might think I'm totally crazy, but I'm like, look, here's the deal. I watched my father die of cancer, and I'm watching my mother die of cancer now. I'm watching what happens. Any one of you, or if you were in my fucking position right now and you were watching that, you'd be like, I don't want to go through that. So I'm going to make some fucking changes that don't really affect me. Like, you think I give a fuck about not drinking soda? You think I give a fuck about not having a Glade plug-in so it smells like fucking sea breeze in my fucking house? Think I give a shit about any of that? Think I give a shit about putting a fucking deodorant on that's made of charcoal instead of fucking putting Speed Stick or fucking Dove or whatever the fuck on? You think that shit makes a difference to me? No, it doesn't. Think it makes a damn bit of difference whether I use Gucci cologne or some essential oils before I fucking leave the house? I don't give a fuck, because it doesn't matter when you watch the people in your life dying of that shit. So now we have, my dad at the fucking doctor, giving him fucking pills. Oh, the pills are not working because you're fucking not changing your diet. I can't. I gotta fucking, I'm just so hungry. I have to eat, right? Overeating all the shit. And it's the garbage that you crave, not regular good foods. It's not chicken and broccoli. You crave cookies and this. You crave all this shit. Because that's what the chemicals do. They trigger your brain to want more of that specific shit. So you consume more, so you're fatter and more unhealthy. Then you get prescribed more shit from the doctor. Now, the doctors, Some of them I honestly believe don't know what the fuck they're doing. I'll be honest with you. I don't think they know half of what the fuck pills they're giving to the patients, because I've had the doctors give me shit before they shouldn't have gave me. Plain and simple. Different painkillers they shouldn't have given me, like fucking samples of Ultram. They said weren't addictive. Hello, it's an opiate. Yes, they're addictive. I was given something called Modafinil or Provigil before because I had problems sleeping. Guess what? It's a stimulant. The doctor told me it wasn't a stimulant. I was like this. Driving my car, shaking, fucking sweating. My teeth are clenching. I'm trying to fucking hold the steering wheel. Told the doctor it was too much of a stim. He said, but they're not stims. Those are fucking narcotics. Those are things that you fucking get addicted to. He didn't even know that. So doctors don't always know. They listen to these pharmaceutical reps who some of them do know and some of them don't. If they don't know, they're just doing what the fucking pharmaceutical company tells them to do. Sell the fucking product. Get it on the market. Now you're taking these pills that you're on for life, and that pill causes one side effect, so they give you another fucking pill, right? And now they're giving you pills that contain cancer-causing agents to push that cancer even more. You know why? Because cancer treatments are billions of dollars per year. If they cure cancer, the entire industries would fucking fold because they can't fucking keep up. There's nothing for them to fucking do. So therefore, cancer is a big fucking business. So some people will get it, some won't. But they're pumping that shit into everybody so that there's more of a chance that you will than you won't. I heard somebody say the other day, if you live long enough, you get cancer. I'm like, where the fuck did you hear that? Look it up. So I looked it up and I'm like, holy shit, scientists actually say that. You think back in the fucking day when people actually lived to be fucking, I don't know, 100, 102, whatever it is, like Kirk Douglas today turned 103, right? So you're trying to tell me that our lifespans are fucking shortening now, right? But it has nothing to do with the diet and the drugs and shit we're on, right? But they'll blame people. It's their choices. They're choosing to eat more. They're choosing to be unhealthy. No. They're choosing to go to the fucking supermarket and buy something that you guys are telling them is okay to fucking buy. And when they eat that and get all fucked up and can't stop eating it, wind up in the fucking doctor's office on a fucking medication like Glucophage or fucking metformin, now they're taking something that helps facilitate eating those foods so you can still keep eating them. Oh, keep consuming them. It's okay. Just take this pill. Now you're consuming something that keeps you ill and gives you cancer at the same fucking time. And now they're like, we have no idea what's in there. And the FDA's like, well, we'll measure it to see if there's a low enough amount. Low enough amount? How about get that shit out of the fucking drug? How about make the fucking drug without it in there? Why the fuck is it in there in the first place? It may be contaminated. So recall the shit, get it off the fucking market, and produce it without it in there. What the fuck? Even if there was low enough amounts, if it's not supposed to be in there, don't leave it on the shelves and tell the consumers there's enough that it won't harm you in there. It may not be the fucking harm you by itself, but the other things you're consuming together do cause a synergy, and they compound each other to make fucking more issues with your body and cause cancer. They fuck up the cells and replicate bad cells that turn into cancer. And I'm like, holy fuck. Like every time I turn around, because I'm aware now. I'm aware and I'm awake. I'm not one of these sleepy motherfuckers that trust the FDA, trust the government, trust the doctors, trust the pharmaceutical companies, and just says, oh, everybody's out with my best interest. No. My best interest is to be healthy, eating good foods. That helps the farmers. Okay? That helps the people who make water. If it's not fluoride-infested water, that fucking like the Fiji water we drink, that helps their business. But me being healthy doesn't help the doctors. Doesn't help the scientists who have to come up with new remedies for the fucking shit that's going on to the people. It doesn't help these drug companies. It doesn't help the food companies that produce all the shitty ass fucking food. It doesn't help the dairy companies that fucking are pumping milk that's contaminated with all kinds of shit on the fucking market. Are you fucking kidding me? Entire industries would collapse that we think we need, which we fucking don't if we were healthy, if we were healthy. So you think that your health and your life is fucking in their hands and they have your best interest at heart? You're fucking stupid. You're an absolute fucking tool bag if you think that's true. And I'm telling you, there's people right now that think, Jerry, it's not a big deal. You know what? You're not sitting in my chair watching my fucking parents die, watching my grandmother die, watching my fucking grandfather had cancer, okay? You're not sitting there watching these people fucking die horrible deaths, and they didn't even once bat an eyelash at the foods, medications, and all the other bullshit that they don't think is a bad thing to put in their body and have like the Roundup and stuff around. And they said if you just spray the stuff around the fucking yard, it can fuck you up. We're ingesting it in the food. We're taking pills like metformin and Tagamet, 2 pills, right? That millions and millions of people consume regularly for long periods of time that both contain the same cancer-causing agent. That's fucking insane that could be going on right now. And you guys out there are not even fucking paying attention to it. You go, I don't take Glucophage, but do you take Ranitidine? Do you have those fucking Glade plugins in your house and shit like that? Are you using fucking different lotions and shit and perfumes and stuff that contain perfumes and parabens and all kinds of other shit that fuck you up? Yes, you are. You're not even paying attention. They have you by the balls and you are a customer. You are a consumer. They're essentially drug dealers that have you addicted to consuming more and more shit, whether it's food, products, whatever it is, that you're lining their pockets and giving them all the power, hurting yourself, and you fucking die and another person's born. That person takes your fucking place. It's a constant cycle of pushing shit into you to harm you, fuck you up, keep you ill, and kill you so that they can make more money. Money is power. That's all they fucking care about. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I can't believe that people are not fucking aware of this. Like, I'm just shocked that I'm the lone voice over here talking about this shit in the fitness industry. I should say that because there's a lot of people out there that are aware and awake. But usually they write them off as fucking, they're just quacks. They're fucking crazy. They're fucking wear tinfoil hats at fucking night, right? They're vegans. They're fucking crazy. Like, anybody that's health related and health conscious about doing something better for themselves, considered crazy or a loser or a fucking loose cannon or just completely out of their minds, and they don't understand that none of this shit is harmful. Meanwhile, the people that are trying to do better for themselves are doing better. The people that don't give a fuck are getting more fucked up all the time. And then you watch it and you're like, hey, you're fucked up. And they go, that's not what it's from. Well, tell me, motherfucker, what it's from. All right, stop talking about genetics, because everybody in the fucking world has not been genetically fucking blessed to be fucked up with cancer, okay? Not at these rates. Yes, it may happen. Yes, some of it may be genetic, but some of it can be fought back against, and you guys are not even fucking paying attention until you get sick. Then you're sick and you go to the doctor. Help me, doctor. Help me, please. Give me a fucking pill to fix it. They shove a pill down your fucking gullet, and the pill fucks you up even more, and you're trusting him. I'm like, holy shit, this is like, I don't know, I've never been so alive and so awake in my whole fucking life and so aware of what the fuck goes on around me and what goes in my body. And I've never felt better in my whole life than I do at 44. I turned 44 at midnight tonight. And I've never felt better in my entire fucking life than I have not eating shit foods, not consuming sweeteners and things like that, only consuming water that doesn't contain fluoride whatsoever in it, okay? And not taking medications. Finding natural things, like instead of Rantadine, I found a natural fucking antacid that works phenomenal. Last weekend, I didn't want to go to the mall because it was crazy busy, so my cheat day, I went to Five Guys. I had fucking heartburn and indigestion, so I took these fucking one natural capsule of this fucking antacid, this stomach helper or whatever the fuck it was. It was natural. I didn't expect much, to be honest, because a lot of those products, they're hit or miss. Fucking worked beautifully, just like fucking Rantadine. All natural, 100%, no side effects, no carcinogens, nothing. It was a vegan capsule. And I'm like, that's out there, and people don't know about it. So I have to talk about it, because people are not talking about it. People don't give a fuck. They always bury their heads in the sand until they get sick. Well, my goal is not to wait around until I get sick. And if I do get sick, it's not going to be for me not trying my best to keep myself healthy. And when I do get sick, I'll fucking deal with it then, is to try to figure out what's going on. But the bottom line is, many people in my position right now at 44. If you're 44, around 44 right now, tell me how you feel. Last month was 1 year off of caffeine. I have been off caffeine in all forms for a fucking year. Zero caffeine. Have you seen the energy I have? I'm more fucking amped up now than I was drinking 1,000 milligrams of caffeine a fucking day. So don't tell me this shit that fucking, well, I need this, I need it. No, you don't. You need to wrap your head around the fact that you're a fucking human being, and you could be 10 times better the human being that you are for your family, energy-wise, work, all of it. If you stop fucking with these chemicals, I'm telling you right fucking now, anybody that has had a detox in their body of sugars and alcohol and caffeine and all that shit will tell you the same fucking thing. The first few weeks is hard because your body's going through hell because it wants those drugs. Alcohol's a drug, caffeine's a drug, sugar's a drug. All these things are drugs. Your brain looks at them like fucking drugs. When you cut them all out, you suffer. That should tell you something. If I cut chicken and broccoli out of my diet, you think I fucking suffer? No, you're just like, okay, I guess I'll eat tuna. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, that's the difference. These things have effects on your body and your brain that you don't even know are happening until you cut them out. And you go back to try to use them again. You feel all fucked up. You're like, how did this happen? Because you've been so fucked up for so long that that's normal. You don't know what it feels like to feel good. I can't tell you how many people, oh, don't even talk to me until I've heard my first cup of coffee in the morning. I get up. I meditate for about 10 minutes as soon as I get up. When I'm up, if I can take the dog out, I'm off and running. Like, I'm going. Like, fucking, there is no lag time to wake up. None of that shit. There is go, go, go until I fucking go to bed. And that was not like that when I was on the caffeine. But motherfuckers out there, I gotta have my cup of coffee. You motherfuckers will have another cup of coffee or an energy drink at like noontime. And then if you gotta go to the gym, you take a pre-workout. You can't even function without putting caffeine in your body. And they joke about it. Oh, I'm addicted to caffeine. Yes, you are. That's not a fucking joke. All right? That shit will, in fact, catch up to you at some point. But until it does, it doesn't matter, right? Nothing matters as long as you don't feel it right away. But how would you like to have a day where you had zero energy drops all day with sustained energy nonstop all day from the beginning to the end? How would you like that? Isn't that what you're using the caffeine for anyways, to feel better? Wouldn't you like to feel better? Cut all your caffeine for 6 months. Come back and tell me how good you feel, right? How good would you feel, or how would you like to feel not hungry, like you're starving, like you can't fight, like you're hangry? How would you like to feel just satisfied? And when the hunger comes, you're like, oh, it's not that bad. You have another meal. You don't have these blood sugar highs and lows. You don't have any fucking weird feelings. How would you like that? Go ahead and eat natural foods and don't eat any sugars and sweeteners and shit for 6 months. Come back and tell me how you feel. Like, people are just, they're too scared. All these people out there talking shit, they don't have the balls to do what I've done in the last year. They just don't. It takes more balls to go against the grain and against the fucking waves that are coming in, try to swim against those fucking waves, than it does to just go with the waves and go with the grain and fucking do what everybody else is doing. And I wasn't doing it because I was like, oh, I have to do it. I did it because I learned, because I was aware, because I was awake and paying attention to what the fuck is going on. Like this glucophage shit that's going on right now. Like, my whole family was on fucking glucophage, and most of them are dying of fucking cancer. Now, I'm not saying that's what did it. What I'm saying is there are multiple carcinogens that my family have consumed not knowing it, because the information wasn't out there, that may have and most likely have contributed to that fucking cancer. And I will not let that happen. If I can do anything about it, I will fucking speak up. I will fucking scream to the mountains about what the fuck I found out in the last year, and I'll keep making the fucking videos, and I'll keep putting the information out. I don't care if one person sees it. It doesn't fucking matter. The bottom line is this is the real deal. And the shit's starting to come out because social media can't be silenced. You don't see this shit on the fucking news. You don't see this shit on fucking TV. These news organizations are very cutting edge, that are like, what the fuck is going on here, that have actual fucking, liability, that they don't want to fucking, they say, look, I have this information. I don't want people to get hurt if I have it. Like, they have a conscience, right? They're out there doing the right thing. Like this fucking, what we're seeing now. And it's spreading through social media. So you gotta calm the fuck down. No caffeine, and I'm still amped up, and it's like fucking 11 o'clock at night or some shit like that. This is my life, guys. But anyways, so guys, be aware, the goal for this whole thing is to educate you guys, to put it out there, to make you guys think, to get you guys out of that box, think outside the box, take your sheep and fucking turn you into a wolf. Fuck the sheep, be a wolf. A wolf goes out there and fucking hunts on its own and takes care of itself. It doesn't wait for the other wolves to do what it fucking needs to do, which is like the sheep. You go out there and you do what you need to fucking do to take care of yourself. And you guys are not doing that right now. I didn't do it for the longest time. But I'm telling you, once you guys start watching out for yourself and really learning and being aware, your whole fucking life will change for the better. BouncerTraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below. But don't fight. BouncerTraining.com is a blog. It's for the better changes bicep. And we are